Your theories are the worst kind of popular tripe, your methods are sloppy, and your conclusions are highly questionable.
Hi everybody, Dr. Incompetent here, bringing you the very worst scholarship, the very worst gaming ability, trying and failing to be funny, but you're gonna subscribe anyway because you have either a sadistic or a masochistic tendency, I'm not sure which, maybe an amalgam. Either way, here we are. I flew through some stuff to catch up to where I left off last time, and I'm getting ready to go to the town of Baywatch. If you recall, I died, I had to recover some ground, so I did that, kind of leveled up Fat Shadow, took care of some stuff at the town, and then I'm going to save it and venture forth in an attempt to find the next town. Alright, so here's a shack. 1,000 sparrows, flitting on their perches around you, speak through the fluttering of their wings. That's a lot of sparrows. Icarus, the last unicorn, lies entombed, but it is long before what should be the end of his years. Only when the golden alicorn is returned to this shrine will he be released from his premature darkness. You search for the missing relic. Yeah, I mean, any time in reality, in games, when I get the opportunity to free a unicorn, I'm doing it. The alicorn is hidden somewhere in the swamplands. Return to this shrine to free Icarus, okay? And that's a nice name for a unicorn. Alright, what is this? An ancient pyramid of roughly hewn stone. Enter? The door won't open. There's a small slot to the right of the door, but nothing you have will fit inside. Huh. Okay. Well, that's cool. There's a pyramid. I think that's actually drawn on the map that you get with the game, which if I haven't done so yet, I'm going to record a video covering the map because it's pretty hilarious. But until then, sit tight, or if I have done it, please check it out, and I'll throw a button in the upper right-hand corner there to kind of advertise it to you, even though you probably have no interest. But you know me, I like to just break things down beyond what was ever intended, hoping to suss out meaning and really just sussing out misery. There's a place for that. Alright, the peasant's hut. And as you can see, I'm just kind of needlessly, probably in your mind, going back and forth over the terrain in an attempt to map everything out. Just because whatever I can map out, I like to. So that I don't miss any treasures, like this belt hanging in the trees. Who got the belt? Is it a good belt? It's a horrible belt. But that lapis sprint nail's gonna sell. And here is Baywatch, the town. Now, you're probably expecting red swimsuit-clad women, or more hopefully, David Hasselhoff and his enormous torso, but I don't think we're going to get any of that here. And yet, we can dream, and we're going in. Yeah, okay, so Baywatch has skeletons. Now, luckily, because we took down the Temple of Mu, we're quite used to skeletons. The Yardarm. What is this, the place where I train? Sounds like it. Watermelon Man? Yep. Alright, so that's the town training spot. If I ever get anybody eligible for the next level, I'll compare the prices to see if, like, Fountainhead, because it's the first town, is cheaper on everything, including training, or if that doesn't scale. Hoping it doesn't. I'd love to just not have to teleport all the time back to Fountainhead to do stuff, but I have a feeling I'm going to. Temple Mandrake. Alright, so much less herbal remedies than Temple Greenleaf, and instead it's Mandrake. So human dragons? No, that's not what we mean. This has a kind of seductive meaning if you go in a certain direction, but you could also think about those. God, are they mandrakes in Harry Potter? Those little screaming plants that cure petrification. Anyway, I want to show you that we've got the same pot, we've got the same god, the same healing, except it's more expensive here. The donation itself is 25 instead of 10. Alright, I did 10 buffs on Hairy Hand there, and let's just see if there's any kind of difference in the quality. Well, it is plus 10. Is it today? I don't know what it is. Anyway, now I think it's all going to be the same business. Oh, alright. Well, unlike the fountain of Fountainhead, we've got just the full figure of the woman and the fish merged together instead of just a odd head. Okay, I'm going to look at this in a second. I'm going to read this. Gold coins shimmer under the water in the fountain of Athea, nymph of the great sea. Do you wish to throw in a coin? I do. I do want to say something. Athea looks like a mermaid. But there's some problems. First of all, are those cat ears that I'm seeing on her head? So she's like fish cat woman. Okay. Also, her tail looks like it has some holes in it. Are those intentional? Anyway, let's throw in the coin. Sheep wishing. Woof. That's tough. The captain's quarters. Hey, hello, mate. Welcome to the captain's quarters. Finest inn on land. Would you care to sign me register? And I know a lot of you people, fans, devoted followers, subscribers, come back to this channel again and again for my ability to mimic human voices of all types, genders, everything. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate your comments supporting that effort. It's something I practice a lot, as you can tell. I mean, that wasn't a separate person in the room. I know I don't have a video camera, but I don't have actors on hand to do those voices. It's all me. So I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I just want you to know what I go through to produce these kind of high quality videos. Anyway, I'm going to sign the register just to show you that in this town there are 2 other hirelings that we can get. But they're not available yet. And I think that might have to do with the fact that they're like kidnapped or something. There's something is amiss here. I mean, there's skeletons running around in the town. That's bad. But I think I can rescue them and then hire them later, maybe. Or maybe they just hate me in this town. Maybe I need to do some good for them. The ship's store. This is why I came here. Okay. Aye. Here you'll find the finest wares from across the isles. Will you be having a look? Alright. So this guy looks just like Fen from Fen's Fineries, but his English is much better or worse, depending on what you think about pirate dialect. But big thing that I'm excited about here is that this guy is going to be able to sell me another torch. Also, he sells crossbows, which I think I'll look at them, but I believe that they are just a strict upgrade from short bows in terms of 2-hit and damage range, and that's exciting for me. Alright, the special item sucks. Leather armor of undead turning. Well, you know we're buying that. 9, yeah. Alright, and so they also sell better base armor than the first town. So they've got plate mail, plate armor, splint mail, chain mail, lots of things. I think the previous town caps at scale. I'm going to buy a set of ring mail because that's better than the scale that I have equipped with some of my people. And then look at this. Okay. We've got really good stuff happening here. Potion of anecdotes. Alright, Hairy Hand's backpack is full. Well, we'll switch it up. Torch, first of all, yes. Lapis ring. That sounds great. Silver helm. That sounds great. Potion of anecdotes, yes. What, is your backpack full too? My god. Oh, all those Quatlu coins. I gotta look for a place to get rid of those. Actually, this might be the time for me to get a hireling to start holding stuff. One of the big problems in this game is inventory space, because while it's really cool that you can equip so many items, you also are limited to just 2 pages of inventory. And if you're like me and don't have spells and require items to do all your stuff, inventory is at a premium. So I might have to get a cadaver and haul it around. Potions, yeah. I don't think if I buy a scroll I can even read it, so I'll try it with the Scroll of Lightning just because I want to be able to cast that, but I don't think I can. I mean, it does have the hand icon on it, meaning I can equip it, but I don't know if that means I can actually evoke it in battle. We'll find out. Let me just sell. I'm going to go to Hairy Hand and sell this Lapis Splint Mail that I got. Look at that. 3,000. Beautiful. The bronze belt has to get sold. Alright, so I'm going to identify the crossbow. It is 4 to 8 damage, whereas a short bow, anybody have just a short bow? Yeah. Is 3 to 6. So yeah, it's much better. So I'll sell your short bow and give you the crossbow 5 to F3. Ring mail, I do want to identify this. It's +5 armor, whereas you have on crystal ring mail, you have on glass scale, 9 identify, yes. It's +4, so it's just better than that. Is just regular scale +4 or is it +3? It's +4. So glass is like a prefix that doesn't appear to add anything except value, which is fine. I love, style and value, but I'm going to sell your scale armor and give you this ring mail, 6 to F3. Anything else that we need to worry about here? Lapis ring, what are you about? +2 armor, awesome. Silver helm, are you +2? +4! That's an unreasonably good upgrade. The helm, I believe, is just +1, so great. Thank you so much, my man. Now we can, by using the teleporter, if I can find it in this place, or just by walking if I have to, I can get 2 torches, which is critical for me to be able to actually explore a cavern and rest. So that's you wouldn't think that getting something like a torch would be such a game breaker, but for me it really is. 9, equip. I'm going to take away the Jewel of Awakening and put on the Scroll of Lightning just to see if I can actually use that, and we're going to equip this. Let me check out the old quick information. Okay, so Quiet Riot is insanely well armored. That silver helm, I think, did I give that to you? Yeah, and the lapis ring combined with the lapis gauntlets and the belt. You're just doing great. So that's outstanding. Okay, so I feel good. I'm gonna save it. Things are going great. These are indeed fabulous dream times. Alright. Oh, zombos. could go spend a whole bunch of money and just buff everybody out. This is the Spell Guild. Don't think I have any business there. To help me clear out this town, the Galley. This is like the tavern where I can buy some better food that will last longer than 5 days. And I'm quite pleased to do that. They will say it tastes better than pork slop in their racist way, but let's see what species they decide to be racist against in this case. To return and savor our seaport's fog, answer the glass with the word sea dog. Alright, so sea dog is the password to use. Whoa, these guys came through the door. I forgot that if you step onto a door, it will aggro some of the enemies if they're on that entry tile, and they'll come out. So I'm going to save it because I don't want to die, but Unholy Hall sounds really bad. Travel Town. Ooh, these desks usually mean people who can either teach you things or get you memberships. Oro the Ranger. Oh yeah. Now, mountaineering is amazing. I cannot recall offhand if it's one of those things where you have to learn this skill with everybody in your party to be able to traverse mountains, or if it's just the first 2 people in the party, or maybe just one person. I'm going to train the first 2 people. How much money do I have? And leave it at that. Yeah, I'm going to give everybody membership into the guild and pretend like one day we'll actually have business there. But really, what I do when I buy the Spell Guild memberships is just like to give my people awards. They get this impressive looking scroll with a blue ribbon, and oh, this is kind of cool. They keep track of how many skulls you've given to Cranion. And I didn't realize that we got some just outright accolade for saving Fountainhead forever. If anybody asks, like, Hairy Hand, who the hell are you? What have you done with your life? I could just pull out this scroll and list my achievements. And right there next to saving a town and procuring sacred silver skulls is being a nice card-holding member to the Spell Guild. But anyway, it's like filler for my CV, and I love that. I'm all about that. The Greek House. The Greek House. Oh, you know what? I think this is where those brothers are. God, can these guys take my Quatlu coins, please? Brother Alpha. Once there were many shells that rested on the bed of the great sea, but they were stolen by the dark spellbinder Blackwind to use in his evil magic. I don't know what kind of evil magic uses shells, but I'm interested. Central to his power as they were. Oh wow, these aren't just any shells. These are like incredibly important. He hid all the shells only days before his stronghold fell into ruin. It is rumored that Athea, nymph of the great sea, will give a reward of gold and song to any who bring her the sea's stolen shells. That's all I know of the legend, but my brother Beta may know more. Shall I tell him to expect you? Yes. A small, glowing worm magically appears in Alpha's hand. After whispering to the worm, Alpha places it on the floor and watches as it starts burrowing its way through the ground. I have sent a message to my brother, so he will expect you. Find him in the caverns below this town. Now leave, but accept this trinket. It may be useful in times to come. And he gave me a Quatlu coin. So I'm getting loaded with Quatlu coins. Let me just say, this game is amazing. I love all of the quests that they weave in and out. It reminds me of how modern games are all about achievements and giving you these side quests so that you can try to, get the platinum trophy or the Steam cards or whatever it is by getting those achievements and like getting the seashells and all of the other side quests, the sacred silver skulls, the ultimate artifacts, the orbs, all of these things add up to what would normally be meaningless side quests, but they actually give you a huge benefit in the game. So there's so much to do here, and it's kind of awesome how much they're able to accomplish with just a few screens of text. So a worm has gone off. I can only imagine that it's God, what's that worm from Richard Scarry? Is it Lefty? That sweet worm who wears one shoe on the bottom of his feet and like a Robin Hood or mountain climbing style hat. Anyway, awesome. What's this? Derek the Explorer. Many a year I've taught landlubbers to navigate the trees. Would you be interested in learning pathfinding for 2,500 gold? First of all, yes, I'm interested. Second of all, you look like you're an Australian outback savant with that hat on and the ability to pathfind, and yet I find out that you're in this town of like seafaring folk, and so you are calling me a landlubber. But what the hell are you doing navigating trees if you're a nautical man? Anyway, I'm not going to question it. I'm going to get training with my first two people and pray that my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles never die, because if one of them does die, I think I can't climb mountains or go through trees, but I'm going to put that to the test. My memory is horrifying. I'm already incompetent, so trying to expect that I am correct about these skills is asking a lot. However, I will say, to my credit and detriment at the same time, I have a strange capacity for remembering little facts about video games, but don't remember any other details of my own life. And that's either an indictment or a shining achievement. I'm not sure which. And I think we all know which. Anyway, I'm going to hit these mountains and see if I can... Oh my god, I forgot. These guys used to haunt my dreams as a child. Alright, I'm going to shoot at that dude. It was hard to tell because he was far away, but it's a severed head that's flying and then kind of dislocating and stretching his jaw to an extreme, and I believe he's called a screamer. Anyway, I'm going into the mountain, and yes, I don't know if it's just because I have one person or both of these people, but now I can walk in mountains, and this is something that you can exploit mercilessly in the early game to really overpower your characters, and I love when the game allows you the opportunity to kind of like try and do that, because I put myself at such a huge disadvantage by not using the whole magic part of the game and just doing the might part. So by mountain climbing, I think I might be able to get myself into a good enough spot to handle the difficulty curve of the game at this point. But I do just want to perform a brief experiment. I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to go to F2, and I'm going to exchange her with the dwarf for a moment. Oh no, and I still can walk through. Okay, so you really might just need one person with the skill to get around, which is even nicer. It's even cheaper then. You don't have to spend the full shebang like I did. And if you're buying spells, you might not have as much money as I have at this point. Or if you're able to like wear heavy armor and good equipment, you probably also don't have very much money. But luckily, I can buy very few things. So skills are something I can afford. Now, I'm going to exchange her back with Fat Shadow so that I get my turtles in the front, but this means that I can go through trees and I can go through mountains. And so I'm going to go back to A1, like the safest of the safe places in the world, and I'm going to explore so that I can get a bunch of stuff that's hiding in these mountains, because believe me, there is a lot of stuff hiding in the mountains. However, before I do that, sweet, I'm mapping it out. These like kind of tan flesh-colored squares, I love turning them into full color art, and so mapping is my favorite thing. Let me see if I can walk through. Yes, I'm in the trees now. Alright, so these trees, which used to be an impediment, are now just rose petals beneath my feet as I work to map things out. I am going to take a quick stroll around the mountains that just surround Fountainhead, so you can get this awesome map out, but I do want to, I think, I could be wrong. Look at this. There's a small bulge in the ground, like something buried under your feet. Dig. 5,000 gold. See, and so that's not, like, completely overpowered, but that just gave me my mountaineering training back, and then I'm not even done. Look at this. 10,000 gold, a horn, a ring, robes, a saber, longsword. Okay, so I'm getting awesome loot just by being able to walk through these mountains, and, I can map them out, which is my favorite thing in the world. No. I'm mapping all this out. We're going to map it all out. And I'll map a little bit out here just to see if there's anything before I go back to the town. Because I'm about to wrap up the video, but I do want to do one other thing. Because it's time. These Quatlu coins have burdened me extensively, and so I'm going to hire somebody for our party to be a pack mule for us. My radiance has been magically enhanced. What the hell does that mean? Oh, my personality has been buffed up. My ability to talk and charm people. They don't want to call it charisma for some reason. It's like personality, but hey, that's awesome. People love me at this point. A rain-streaked wagon that I couldn't get to before. What's inside? A gleaming magical scale. A golden scale sits on a bench. Next to it is a scroll that reads, place 5,000 gold in the cups of the scale to become a master merchant. Place the gold. No, I'm not going to place the gold. I do want that skill, and I'm going to get it with people. I can't remember exactly what it does, so I want to educate myself on that. Wow, there was just a scroll there, and these are just the trees now, you see, though, but I'm able to map it out, and so I'm finding all kinds of awesome treasure. I mean, this game just lets you walk around and just find treasure after treasure. It is my dream. I'm going to rest. I'm going to go into the shop, and I'm just going to, first of all, just offhand, I'm going to look at the helm. It's just, I can buy it for 30, or I can buy this lapis bardache for 1,000. I'm actually going to buy that. Oh no, that's my I was all excited. That's my stuff. This coral wakizashi might be an upgrade for somebody though. Anyway, buy it. So this cost 180. And then if I do, I'm going to buy the torch. Yeah. If I do go into my inventory again, I can sell this ancient jewelry for 1,000, or I can sell my leather gauntlets for 12, and I'm going to remember that, and I'm going to leave. What I'm going to do is become a merchant with a few people, and I think it's always a good idea to become a skill with as many people as you can reasonably afford, so that if that person dies, you're not SOL. I'm going to do this with Hairy Hand. I'm also going to do this with Twinkle, just to kind of spread it out. And now I'm going to go back. Oh, you know what? That's really cool. So the scroll is back, and I think I noticed this in the Temple of Mu. They threaten you by saying, like, it crumbles, which would imply that it's gone forever, but actually it's not. And so if you ever can cast spells, or hire someone who can, or make a new character or whatever, you can go back and get all those things. They're not gone forever. Now, the reason I wanted to do that, just very quickly, was to look and see what happens when I go back. And yes, being a master merchant, at the very least, it lets me sell things for twice what I was selling them before. Not the ancient jewelry, unfortunately. That's like a flat 1,000. Oh, and it's only the people who are merchants that can do it. That's right. So it becomes a pain in the butt where you have to like shift all your gear to people who actually are merchants so that they can get that bonus. For example, if I take this jewelry and I give it to Twinkle, he can sell it for 2,000 because he has the skill. So it is worth my while just to get it with all these other people so I don't have to trade stuff around, because if you've learned anything from me, it's that I'm incredibly lazy, and even just clicking around or using the keys is too much for me. So anyway, I'm going to identify these. These give +2 armor, which is not good, but it sells for a lot. Horn of Pain. So you cast the spell Pain. Nah, that sucks. Anybody get anything else good? Nope, that's awful. And again, I could make more money by giving it to the right people. But let's not forget that I'm lazy, alright. I'm gonna identify this. It's +1, 4 to 10. You have this Silver Club, which is +2, 5 to 7. Alright. So it's better than the crap that you're using. And so, Twinkle, you're going to equip that and sell this. Alright, anyway. What I'm going to do now, then, is fly over, and I'm going to hire somebody, like I was mentioning before. I'm going to hire, I think, Alan Bow. Just because, you know, Phineas, I don't know if you noticed this, but he got way too close to the camera. Or he has just a huge head. That's possible, but it looks... his head is just too big for me. I can't take it. You might like it. It's up to you. You're not going to actually have to see their face if you do this right. You're just going to see the tombstone permanently. Anyway, but I love this arched eyebrow on Alan Bow. Like, me? You mean me? And then he has the Robin Hood hat. So yeah, I'm going to hire this guy. I will mention also that if you investigate him, he starts out with Pathfinder. So early on, you can hire Alan Bow and then walk through the trees because he's like a ranger, I think. Or he's an archer, but they get that skill. Anyway, just food for thought. Now I've got 7 people, okay? And it looks kind of cool to have all these portraits down here. The dragon is hidden. And so what I'm going to do is go into F1, and I'm going to start giving this guy crap. So 6 goes to F7. Yeah, these potions can go to F7. Things that I'm not tremendously interested in having. All these Quattle coins. Yeah, torch for sure. Everything that's extra that I don't necessarily need right now, I want those. Yeah, I want that. So yeah, we can just clean this stuff up so nicely because we have this guy. And our job now is to, oh yeah, rope and hooks for sure. You are carrying this stuff. Alright, and he's full. Look at that, look how quickly he got full. Oh, well, he has stuff. No, we're just going to throw this crap away. Yeah, get out of here. I could sell it, but I'm lazy. Discard this. Alright, so let's go back to my man and throw this over there. Equip this, and then, yeah, we'll throw the ancient jewelry over there. Okay, so we've really decreased our load. I might get 2 corpses at some point, but for now, I just need 1. I kind of have designs. I know there's a ninja hiring later in the game, and that would be nice to just flesh out the party with another ninja. 7 ninjas seems lucky. But I think then at this point, I'm just going to save my game and stop here. And we will pick this up next time. And what we'll be able to do is then venture around and I'm going to explore everything. Like a Hoover vacuum cleaner, I'm going to go over every tile of trees and mountains to try to get buffs and items and experience to make myself much better than a Clear Isle Baywatch. And that's my kind of order of operations at the time. So thank you everyone for making it this far in the video, for watching. Please, if you have any questions, suggestions, vitriol, leave it in the comments below. Please click like, please subscribe, and acknowledge that my content fills a void that you didn't even know that you didn't have. So, as Dr. Incompetent, I thank you again for watching. Viacom Namaste, everybody.